recently got this game called Cast and Show, and I'm playing it right now, and I just adore this game so much. I wanted to make this video to show where each specific fish is located, and I think this guide will be very helpful to all players of the game, including myself. I hope you enjoy. This video will show the fish in alphabetical order and will include timestamps so you can find the fish you want in this video. It will also go over the requirements of catching the legendary fish. This video will also include lures and rods needed to catch each fish, and I will be abbreviating the fish as follows: S for small, M for medium, L for large, XL for extra large, and XXL for extra extra large. This video will also include a visual guide, including the name of the fish, the locations you can catch it at, the rods you can use to catch it, and the lures you need to catch it as well. Just one more thing before we get into the video. Keep in mind that the fish swim, as fish tend to do, so it may take a little bit of time for the fish to come into the exact locations that I am talking about in this video. The first fish I will be talking about today is the American shad, and the first location you can find it at is Watcher's Point. For this one, you don't have to go far. All you have to do is drive a little bit off the dock, and the fish should be right there. I drove a little bit too far, as you can see, but they might come up to my bobber. You can also find the American shad at Watcher's Point, just off the coast of the lighthouse, or to the left of it, or just a little bit to the right of it, depending on where the fish are swimming. The next spot of the American shad can be found if you put yourself right in the middle of this cliff, rock, I don't know, little rock formation here. You'll find some medium and some large ones in this area. The next fish on our list is the Arctic char. These are caught at only Fawn Mirror Lake Fisherman's Rest. And what you're going to want to do is go past these three rock formations in the water, and as you can see, I've already got a fish, the Arctic char. You can also go to the dock on the right, the first dock, and you will find more Arctic char right by this rock formation down here. Up next we have the Arctic grayling, which is found at Grizzly Ridge River Eagle's Nest. What you're going to want to do is go to this tree formation that obstructs the view of your boat until you cast your line, and then you will find the medium and large Arctic graylings there. To find the small ones, you have to go all the way to the left of the map where you can see the eagles, and there they are, the small Arctic graylings. We are now back at Icewater Sea Watcher's Point to find our next catch, the Atlantic salmon. These can be found all the way past that rock formation that sticks out of the water, and they go all the way to the edge of the map. To catch the large Atlantic salmon, you'll need to go to Icewater Sea Safety Cove. These ones are caught right off the dock. As you can see, I just barely drove, and there is one of them already. For the extra large Atlantic salmon, our next legendary fish, you're going to want to be at Icewater Sea Watcher's Point. Right now I'm at nighttime heading into dawn, and that's where I just saw the extra large one. And you can see it right there too. Big old fish. To catch the bluegill sunfish, we'll have to go to Golden Fork River, the Fork. And you'll have to just drive all the way to the right of the map, and the small one will be right there. Our next spot of the bluegill sunfish is at Fawn Mirror Lake Picnic Point. All you have to do is drive just a little bit off the dock, and you'll find small and medium ones here, or you can find them at the left or right of this stick close to the right side of the map. You can find both medium and small ones here as well. Next up is the brook trout. These ones are caught, again, right off the dock, so all you have to do is move a little bit, and the small ones are right there. There's also a medium one too. Next location within Grizzly Ridge River, the rapids, is right past this waterfall right here. You should also sometimes see some bear eyes that pop out right here. All you have to do is cast your line, and there they are. There should also be some large ones around this area too. Right there is, for example. The first location you can find brown trout at is Golden Fork River, the Fork. You're going to want to head to around this waterfall just a little bit before that, and they should be towards the bottom in the middle. You can see the small, medium, and large ones all here. Alright, now we're at Golden Fork River Beaver Dam to catch more brown trout. See these 4 trees right here? That's where you're going to want to stop if you're going to want to find more brown trout. The small, medium, large, and extra large versions of these fish are all present in this location. I'm not sure if the extra large brown trout has any time requirements or how many times you can catch it, but I don't think I showed it in the last clip, so I thought I'd show it now. There it is. The Bullhead catfish is found at Golden Fork River Beaver Dam. It's found all the way at the left of the map where you can see the beavers and their dam. You can find small, medium, and large ones all present here. I got one. Let's reel it in. Got it. Next up, head on over to Golden Fork River, the Mistwood, where you'll find the Burbot. You'll have to find this house right here, which isn't too far off the dock. It's just about a second or two away. And you'll cast your line, and the medium ones should be right here. The large burbots are located at the very edge of the map, to the right side. All you do is cast your line, and there they are. Now, to catch the extra large burbot, there is a time requirement. You'll have to change your time to dusk in-game. And once you do that, the extra large burbot should be right there, or here, wherever it is. Our next fish is found at Old Wreck Bay Seals Rest. It's called the Capelin, and this one is found by going just a little bit off the dock, and you'll see some coming out of the rocks right here. If you head just a little bit farther to the left, finding this rock formation with this cave, you should be able to find your next group of Capelin. All you do is cast your line, wait for it to sink just a little bit, and they should be right here, right there. The next location of theirs at Seals Rest is at the second rock formation, not the first, the second rock formation. And it may be hard to see them at first, but they will come up from down here. See, there they are. The last location of theirs is by this red buoy here. And there they are. The next fish we'll be talking about is the Chum salmon. This fish actually resides in two areas, but the first one you can unlock is Grizzly Ridge River, the Rapids. All you have to do is drive just a little bit off the first dock, and the fish will be right there. You can only catch the large ones at Grizzly Ridge River, the Rapids, as well. The next spot in the rapids can be found by this first large waterfall here. They should be swimming somewhere around this area. Yep, right here. The next area you can find chum salmon in is Old Wreck Bay Seals Rest. For this one, you don't have to drive too far off the dock. You'll have to cast your line, wait for it to sink all the way to the bottom, and then you'll find large or extra large chum salmon there. There's large and our extra large. To find even more chum salmon, head to this rock formation right here. Then, there should be some waiting for you, not even at the bottom this time, closer to the middle range of the sea. Now we're at Fond Mirror Lake Underwater Meadow. You're going to want to go where you can just barely see the tent, and the Cisco should be right here. There they are. There's only two of them right here. Oh, now there's more. More Cisco will be found by going past the rock formation that's sort of in the middle of the lake. There should be small and medium ones that await you here. If you thought this location looks familiar, you'd be right. We are once again at the waterfall at Grizzly Ridge River, the Rapids, but this time to catch a different fish, the Coho salmon. Should be right here. This is where the medium ones reside. To find the large versions of these, all you have to do is go a little farther down the waterfall, and they should be at the bottom of the river. We are now at Icewater Sea Craggy Reef to find more Coho salmon, this time large and extra large, which we hadn't seen the extra large before. Travel to this rock formation in the background here to find your extra large and large Coho salmon. We're now looking for the common carp, which can be found at Fond Mirror Lake Fisherman's Rest. The large ones of these should be just right off the dock, as many of the other fish are. Also, at this rock formation right here. There's the large ones. The extra large and medium version of this fish should be by this dock right over here, on the right. You can see the extra large there, and the medium just swam off screen. Our next legendary fish is the extra extra large common carp. A legendary common carp is a very funny name in itself. So what you'll do is you'll go by this dock. You'll also have to set the time to dawn and go all the way down, and there it is, the extra extra large common carp. This next fish has kind of a funny name. It's called the Crappie. What you're going to do is go to Beaver's Dam at the Golden Fork River and go to this little patch of trees right here. There, you'll find small and medium crappies. At the very edge of Beaver's Dam, you'll find more of them. They're just small ones, though. We're back at Grizzly Ridge River, Eagle's Nest, to catch the next fish on our list, the cutthroat trout. You can see them right here. They're just to the left of the dock. You'll have to drive a little bit farther than you usually do. You don't have to go far to find the large ones. They're right by this waterfall, where you can sometimes find a sleeping bear. There's the large ones. To find the medium ones, just go to this patch of trees right here, and they should be there. More large cutthroat trout can be found at the second waterfall at Grizzly Ridge River, the Rapids. I've actually spent a good portion of time looking for this one. It's the extra large cutthroat trout, and it's found at the second waterfall. Alright, let's see if it's still here. Just give it a minute. There it is, the extra large cutthroat trout. I'm so over this fish. Up next, we have the Dolly varden at Old Wreck Bay Divers Drop. This one's another one that's just straight off the dock. All you have to do is drive literally a second. And there you go. You'll find the medium ones. The large ones are not much farther. Drive about 1 or 2 more seconds to the left. And there they are, the large Dolly varden. The next location of the Dolly varden is at Old Wreck Bay Seal's Rest. All you'll do is go all the way out until you find this buoy right here. Then, cast your line, as always, and you should find your extra large and medium Dolly vardens. There's the extra large, and there's the medium. This next fish is called the Eulachon, and you find it at Old Wreck Bay Divers Drop. It's really found everywhere within Divers Drop, so wherever you cast your line, you're guaranteed to find some somewhere along the surface, or somewhere in the middle. Next, we have the Goldeye, which is at Fawn Mirror Lake Fisherman's Rest. Head to these rocks right here, these not very tall rocks, and there you have it, the Goldeye's right there. There's also another school of them by this abandoned dock right here. It's towards the right of the map. Up next is likely the last fish you'll encounter in the game, the Greenland halibut, which is found at Old Wreck Bay Seal's Rest. Come to this seal formation right here. It should be the second rock formation with seals, and they should be towards the bottom or at the very bottom. The extra extra large Greenland halibut can also be found in this area, but it has a certain time it can be found at, which just so happens to be dawn. Let's see if I'm gonna get it this time. Nope, just extra large ones. But it does lurk down here. Yep, it's right there. Up next is the king salmon. This can be found in 2 locations, but the one I'll be talking about right now is Icewater Sea Craggy Reef. Just drive a little bit off the dock, and the large ones will be right there. To start finding the extra large king salmon, simply drive to this rock formation you can see in the background, and they should be towards the bottom of the craggy reef. If my line will go down faster, that is. And there they are. Well, there it is. To find even more king salmon, head to Icewater Sea Safety Cove. This is where you'll find extra large and extra extra large king salmon. Head to this rock formation and go to the very edge, and that's where they'll start appearing. And they kind of just appear from this point onwards. There are 2 things to know about the extra extra large king salmon, our next legendary fish. 1, it can only be caught once, and 2, you have to be at dusk to find it. It should be somewhere in this area, past these rocks, or maybe at these rocks. Let's see if we'll get it. And we found an extra large king salmon. Give me just a second. Let's see if we can find it now. Please don't get in my line. There it is, the extra extra large legendary king salmon. To start finding lake trout, you'll need to find Fawn Mirror Lake Picnic Point. That's the only place that these can be found. The extra large ones start appearing in the very front part of the lake. but they're all the way at the bottom, so we gotta wait a little while, as long as other fish don't get mine. And there's the extra large one. But if you want to find a lot of lake trout, you'll have to go past this stick in the water right here. It takes a little maneuvering to get to their home, but once you do, you'll find medium, large, extra large, and extra large lake trout there. For the extra large lake trout, you're going to want to wait until dawn, or just set the in-game time to dawn. This is another legendary fish, so again, I believe you can only catch one of these in each run that you do. I just saw it when I cast, so let's see if we're going to see it again. Just wait a second. And there's the extra large lake trout. I need to open the map to find our next fish, the lake whitefish. It's also found at Fawn Mirror Lake Picnic Point, and this one just so happens to be right off the dock. You'll find a school of fish starting right here, filled with both medium and small ones. Pay attention to this rock formation right back here, because starting here is where you'll find the large lake whitefish. Already here. We're back somewhere we haven't been in a while. We're at Beaver Dam, and we're going to catch the largemouth bass. These are caught near this tree formation, as was the crappie we saw earlier. You can find the medium and large ones around this area. The extra large largemouth bass is a legendary fish, which means it can only be caught once, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But you can only catch this one at dusk, and it's also at Golden Fork River, Beaver Dam. You can see it right there. Next up is one of the most delicious fish in real life, the Lingcod. This one is found at Icewater Sea at Watcher's Point. See that lighthouse back there? Pay attention to that, because that's where you're going to want to mark yourself so you can find the large and extra large Lingcod in this location. To find more Lingcod, simply head on over to Icewater Sea Craggy Reef. You'll want to see that rock formation again, and then you can cast your line anywhere from there to the edge of the map to find some Lingcod. The extra large Lingcod, the next legendary fish, is found at Icewater Sea Craggy Reef. It's towards the edge of the map. It'll be found with the other large Lingcod in the area. There are no extra large Lingcod in this reef. And there it is. I was almost right on target. The Longnose dace, located at Grizzly Ridge River, Eagle's Nest, is another one where you just have to go a little bit off the dock in order to find a school of them. Careful though, because this area is very shallow, so it can be a little tricky to catch these fish. The next location of the Longnose dace comes after this rock formation right here. This area isn't as shallow, so it's not as difficult to catch them. They're right here. Next, for the Longnose dace, you're going to want to head to the top of this waterfall, which is right here. Oh, that bear just disappeared, and it's back. But anyways, the dace will be right here. You can also find the Longnose dace at the second waterfall, closer to the left side of the map. Up next is the Longnose sucker, which can be found right off the dock at Beaver Dam. You can find small and medium versions of this fish here, right there. The Masu salmon is the next fish on our list, and it's located at Grizzly Ridge River, Eagle's Nest. You can find it starting all the way at the area that obstructs your boat. However, I like to start around here. The school of fish is much more abundant, and as you can see, those two swim off. However, these 5 stay together. In order to find both the large and the medium Masu salmon, you're going to want to head to Icewater Sea Craggy Reef. This is where you'll find them, towards the top or the middle parts of the sea. The medium ones like to hang out a little bit more towards the left. The Mooneye, the next fish on our list, only hang out at one spot on Fawn Mirror Lake Picnic Point, and that's around this big stick right in the middle of the lake. The small ones like to hang out towards the left, but the medium ones like to hang out more towards the right. The mountain whitefish, located at Grizzly Ridge River, the rapids, is next. You can see that we're at the very edge of this waterfall right here. This fish also has a very unique style of being caught, called using topwater lure. What you're going to want to do is reel it in slowly until the fish decide to bite, and it looks like some other fish are biting, but you can see the mountain whitefish right here. The next location of the mountain whitefish should be stationed right by these 2 trees right here. Hopefully they don't go in the wrong direction this time. They're coming this way! Yay! And that's where the medium ones are. To find the large mountain whitefish, head over to the edge of this waterfall right here. Then, activate top lure strat. what I like to call it. If you keep heading right in the rapids, you'll find our next fish, the muskie. They're going to be towards the edge of the map. You can see the large ones here, and the extra large ones here too. The extra large muskie is the next legendary fish on our list. I'm currently fishing for it at nighttime, which is where I saw it last. Just give it a minute. And there it is. Oh, okay, hi! The northern pike can be caught right off the dock at Fawnmere Lake Underwater Meadow. If you go down just a little bit, you'll be able to see the medium. The extra large was just here for a second, and the large should be over at this part too. The extra large northern pike is another legendary fish. You'll catch it in the very front part of Fawnmere Lake Underwater Meadow. And I should be able to get to the bottom of the lake. The fish may or may not be there. Ah, there it is. Just barely saw it. Alright, I'm fighting a fish right now, but there's a better look. For this next fish, I recommend you catch it at dusk. It'll make it a little bit easier to find them. They're the Pacific halibut, and if you go by this boat right here, you'll find them with ease. Or your lure to drop down. And there they are, the Pacific halibut. The extra large Pacific halibut can also only be caught at dusk, and I would recommend searching around the shipwreck that's by this buoy right here. It should be here, and it's right there. It looks very similar to the extra large Pacific halibut. It's just, again, a lot larger in size. We're back at Icewater Sea, Watcher's Point, to find our next fish, the Pacific herring. You're going to want to go around this debris area that's right by the lighthouse, and you'll find our first school of Pacific herring. The next school can be found past the lighthouse and the house. You'll want to use the deep bobber for this one, because they lurk a little bit more below the surface. This next school is easy to find, but you're going to head to Icewater Sea Craggy Reef this time. You're going to go right off the dock once again, and they should be right here. The next area to find the Pacific herring in is right past this rock right here. You're going to find the next school using the deep bobber, and I've already got one. Yay! The last area to find them in is just next to the edge of the map. You'll find a medium school of fish here. Oh, and small ones too. And more medium and smalls. Yay! Alright, head on over to Icewater Sea Safety Cove, where you'll find the pink salmon. Pay attention to this rock in the background right here. You're going to want to park your boat just right here to find a school of both medium and large pink salmon. They should be right there. Now, I don't know if this is the same school or not, but if you head to the very edge of the map, you should be able to find some more pink salmon there. To find the rainbow trout, the next fish, you'll have to head over to Fawnmere Lake Underwater Meadow. You can find the medium, large, and extra large ones beyond this point that's in the middle of the lake. There's the medium, there's the large, and extra large should be somewhere around here too. You'll start finding rock bass at the Golden Fork River, the Mistwood. They're just past this old house right here. They only come in small and medium, and they're also around this log right here. To find the round whitefish, head on over to Fawnmere Lake Fisherman's Rest. This is another one that's just right off the dock, and you'll find a small school of small fish. The next location of these can help you find the medium ones too. Pay attention to these rocks that start forming this little area right here. Just park your boat right in front of there, and you'll find the small and medium ones. We're back at Golden Fork River, the Mistwood, to catch the short-head red horse. This one is another one that's right off the dock. You can see the medium ones right here. Alright, head on over to the old house that's at the same location to find our large short-head red horse. And also, they're not a horse, they're a fish. That's a silly name. We're somewhere we haven't been in a while. We're at Golden Fork River, the Fork, to catch some smallmouth bass. What you're going to want to do is head to this third thin waterfall. Cast your line, and the small and the medium ones should be waiting for you right there. The large ones of these can also be found by this waterfall right here. There they are. The sockeye salmon at Grizzly Ridge River, Eagle's Nest, is another one that's just right off the dock. This area is a little shallow, so it can be a teeny bit tricky to get these ones. And I got one. Another place to find them is by this first waterfall right here. See if the bear will disappear. Nope, it didn't. Pet the dog. And there's some more medium ones. Head over to the second waterfall if you want to find some large sockeye salmon. Right there. At Old Wreck Bay Divers Drop, you can find even more sockeye salmon. Head to where you can see all of the boat in the background. And cast your line. Wait for it to go to the bottom. It might take a little bit of time, but then you'll find some large sockeye salmon waiting for you. Or will you? Dun dun dun. There they are. Yay! At Golden Fork River, the Mistwood, you'll find our next fish, the steelhead. I feel like we're at this house a lot, but that's where a lot of fish are. You'll find some large ones right here at the surface. More of them are located in a spot. If you just barely see this rock right here, that's when you know to cast your line. You'll find medium and large ones here. We're headed a ways away now to find the extra large ones. They're at Icewater Sea Safety Cove. You're going to want to drive very close to the edge of the map. And there they are. A little school of them. I got one. In order to catch the striped bass, you'll need to head to Old Wreck Bay Divers Drop. Go to just about the end of the second mountain. And there should be some large ones, and there's only 2 of them. Oh, there they are. There's more. To catch the medium ones, go to Old Wreck Bay Seals Rest. There, you'll want to drive just a little bit off the dock, and you'll find some medium ones waiting for you. Around here, they're behind the rock right now, but you saw them. There they are. The next area you'll find them in is by this cave and these rocks in the background. You can find some medium, large, and extra large ones in this location, so it's very convenient for catching the bass. More medium ones can be found by this rock sitting at the surface. Well, it's not sitting at the surface, it's a big rock. Big rock. There's the medium ones. Some more large ones can be found if you center yourself with this rock formation in the background, or just park yourself in between these 2 rocks here. To catch the extra large striped bass, make sure that your time is at dawn, which looks like this, and head to around this area right here, which has the seals on it, or that rock formation in the background. Then just wait a second. There it is. I was about to reel in all the way. We are at Golden Fork River, the Fork, to catch possibly the first fish of the game, the threadfin shad. Just go a teeny bit off the dock. It's a little shallow here, so it might be hard to catch, but you can see the threadfin shad there. Oh, I got one. Now head to this waterfall to find even more threadfin shad. They're all just right at the surface, so you don't have to wait too long for your line to go down. There are even more waiting for you at this waterfall right here. Or at this opening? I don't know what that's called. But they're right here. We are almost done with our fish. Up next, we have tiger trout at Fawn Mirror Lake Underwater Meadow. Head to this tree and rock and bush area with I don't know if that blue heron is there all the time, but it's there right now. And you should find some small and medium tiger trout waiting for you. Tiger trout can also be found at Fawn Mirror Lake Picnic Point. This is another fish. All you have to do is go right off the dock, and you should find some right away. I say that. Yep, there they are. The walleye are up next. They're found at Golden Fork River, the Fork. Go to just about the end of the map, and they should be right down here. You see the small, medium, and large sizes of them. To catch the extra large walleye, I believe there are no time requirements for it. However, you can only catch it once, hence why I restarted my game. Just drive towards the edge of the map, and you should find it somewhere towards the bottom of the screen. To find the white sucker, simply go to Fawn Mirror Lake Fisherman's Rest. This is another one where it's straight off the dock. You'll just have to wait for your line to sink all the way to the bottom. You'll find some medium and some large ones. To find the small ones, just go all the way to the edge of the map, right there. Alright, only 2 more fish left, and first up, we have the yellow perch. Another one that is just off the dock. Super easy to get. Don't have to wait too long to find them either. If you travel to where you just barely see some grass sticking out of the water, or weeds or whatever, you'll find another school of yellow perch waiting for you. It's got more medium than smalls. I think those are the only sizes they come in. And lastly, we have the yellow eye rockfish, which is found at Icewater Sea Watchers Point. Yet another one where all you have to do is go a little bit off the dock, and you'll find some waiting for you. They're large ones this time. If you go just in front of this White House, or kind of line yourself up with it actually, you'll find the next area of yellow eye rockfish. They're all the way at the bottom, so it might take a little bit of time to get there. But you'll find some large and extra large ones once you get there. Heading past the lighthouse will give you the next location of the yellow eye rockfish. Once again, you'll have to wait a little bit of time, but with the right lure, you can get there pretty quickly, like the one that I'm using now. And you'll find some large and extra large ones there. And that's all. We've gone through all 50 fish on our list. I really hope you enjoyed the video and are able to find a little bit of use out of it. I know I'll probably be looking back on it a couple times, just in case I forget where some of the fish are located, because there are so many different locations for each and every one of them. I hope you enjoyed this video once again, and thanks for tuning in. See you guys next time!